use this word, because somebody might jump up and say, well, in Revelation 13, that's from the Greek, and what these brothers are reading at it is from the Hebrew in Ezekiel 9 and 4. But they could have easily put that word in there. It was actually talking about a mark that's implanted into your hand. So this is the Hebrew equivalent to the Greek word charagma.
Yeah. Okay. Leviticus 19 and 28 says, "Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord." So we're focusing on this word mark here. And in the Hebrew, the word there is kwai, which means incision, imprintment, tattoo, mark. Now, I got to say this again. This is something totally different from Ezekiel 9 and 4, which Nate used to justify his madness, you know. And down here it says, stigma, a mark branded on the skin, Leviticus 19 and 28.
Now I'm glad you read down and read that word for stigma. It also means stigma. And we're going to find out what the word stigma means. Okay, the Hebrew word for that is what? Kwai? All right, kwai is equivalent to the Greek word charagma. All right? So kwai has nothing to do with Ezekiel the 9th chapter and the 4th verse. That's why the word kwai is not in there. All right? Now read that.
Right. This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth."
Now, if you break that down in the Hebrew, because Hebrew has a numeric value, that adds up to 603. All right? Now, I'm going to read something from this book. All right, it says here, it says, this is the 18th verse of Revelation 13. Revelation 13, verse 18. "Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding, all right, count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 603, right? Now, it says here, the number that seals. What does it mean? What does it all mean? Do you know that 666 is actually a Greek word? See Strong Concordance 5516. Now, if you go up and just put in G5516, it should take you to the Strongs, because that acts as a Strongs. Put H5516. I'm gonna see what comes up. G5516. See what comes up. What came up?
It says 666, the meaning of which is the basis for much vain speculation.
Okay, it went right to it. That's the Strong's definition. Yeah. Now, what's the word? Supposed to be stigmata. Here you go.
Strong's G 5516. Chai, Xi, stigma. Chai, Xi, stigma.
Which adds up to 603 or 666. Now let me finish reading. It said, what does it all mean? Do you know that 666 is actually a Greek word? See Strong Concordance. And we also have a Strong Concordance book that we can go into right now. But this is easier because it's right on the computer. So if you don't believe in the blue letter, just grab any Strong's Concordance and read it for yourself. All right? It says see Strong's Concordance number. It should be G for Greek 5516. Chi, Psi, Stigma. All right? There was a movie that came out a couple of years back called Stigmata. And it was all about when the Lord had the nails put in his hands and in his feet, And then this woman got those signs, so the priest said, oh, that's a stigmata. That goes back to Christ. Well, the word stigmata is to put it in you, implant it in you, stick it in you. It says, chi, psi, stigma, used as numbers denoting 660 and 6. Stigmata, right? Or stigma, I'm sorry, stigma. Stick or prick. A mark punched or incised for recognition of ownership. Strong's G 4742. Go to Strong's G 4742 or G 4742. Let's see what that says. Yeah, the G is for Greek. And I want you to read that, and I want you to let the devil pronounce it.
Yeah, let's let the devil pronounce it.
Strong's G 4742, stigma. Stigma.
Which means a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. Now, remember I read about this guy, Aaron Russo and Nick Rockefeller. Now, what did Nick Rockefeller tell Aaron Russo? They want everybody chipped. Why? Because they're the master. All right? I got a definition from dictionary.com. I looked up the word stigmata, and down here it pretty much says the same thing. Yeah, it says a mark made by a branding iron on the skin of a criminal or slave. And it's from the Greek stigma, tattoo, mark. Yeah, pretty much tattoo and mark.
All right, go ahead.
And this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet.
This is basically talking about the downfall of America, known as Babylon. Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And all the ironwood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
And slaves and souls of men. So what are they planning on doing? They plan on sticking everybody. But the ones that don't want to be stuck, that don't want to receive that chip, that's why they have the concentration camps and the guillotines and to put you to death. All right, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12 verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the